What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back, you guys, with some breaking news. The Cosby Show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner has died at the age of 54. Apparently, he was on a vacation, if I'm not mistaken, in Costa Rica with his family, and he drowned. There was an accidental drowning. I'm gonna go ahead and play what CNN is talking about and what they're saying to get more context for you guys. Here we go.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner, dead at the age of 54 on a drowning accident while he was vacationing with his family in Costa Rica. Joining us now, Bomani Jones, host of the Right Time with Bomani Jones podcast, and entertainment journalist Segun Odulo to share their thoughts there. And Bomani, if I could begin with you, of course it was difficult, and he spoke quite publicly about this, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, when Bill Cosby was accused, later convicted of multiple cases of sexual assault. He was asked about it in a 2015 interview, and he said, he's one of my mentors, and he's been very influential, played a big role in my life as a friend and mentor. Just as it's painful to hear any woman talk about sexual assault, whether true or not, it's just as painful to watch my friend and mentor go through this. How did he handle it in the years since he left the show, just that the larger Bill Cosby controversy and scandal?
I mean, I guess you would argue that he handled it about as well as he could, because it's not like what Bill Cosby did is something that he himself could answer for. And it's got to be super tricky, not only because Cosby was kind of a vehicle for the fame and what his life ultimately became, but also because specifically the vehicle that they were attached to was so attached to the idea of wholesomeness, and that this guy is like everybody's dad, and then you find out that your dad perhaps might be a terrible person. That's a rough go for anybody. And so I noticed for all the members of that cast, for us, Bill Cosby was just kind of he's not somebody we knew in general. He's just an idea. And so for those people, you're reckoning with the person you thought you know, the person that was actually there, and the idea that happened to be a vehicle for everything that happened in your life. So it's kind of hard for me to evaluate how anybody would or would not have handled it because it's such a particular situation.
Yeah, Segun, this is, I mean, we all know Malcolm-Jamal Warner for this role, right? But he also was so accomplished as a Grammy-winning musician. He had a recent podcast. He spoke out about being a black man in society and what that meant, and that's a voice that's needed. And that portrayal that he brought was groundbreaking. Can you talk a little bit about the mark that he's leaving here? It's just incredibly sad when we think of what a young age he died at.
Yeah, now before they talk on that, because they, went right into something that related to Bill Cosby, and I just want to know what actually happened to him. So I'm looking at the article, and of course they're saying that he drowned in Costa Rica. He's only 54 years old. Warner had been swimming, so he went on a swim on Sunday afternoon at Playa Grande de Cocos in Limon province when a current pulled him in deeper waters, Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Department claimed. So they're saying a current, pulled him in, and ultimately he ended up drowning. This is so unfortunate, you guys, and it's so heartbreaking. Oh my God, I grew up watching the show, a big fan of the show, Malcolm-Jamal Warner and all of the others. It just was a shocking thing to hear that this man has passed away only at 54 years old, when I know that he was healthy. So I knew it couldn't have been anything crazy, because he's out there. He's in the public eye. He does a podcast. He's on Instagram. He's talked about his music and things of that nature. Because I was so happy to see him doing music, something different from what we had been accustomed to seeing him do, besides his acting and all of that he was, doing music, something that he loved, that he was doing something that he loved, and he was really into it. So I was loving what I was seeing, but to hear that this man has passed away from an accidental drowning, it's just crazy to me. I don't know how I'm gonna wrap my brain around it, y'all. This is not something that I was looking forward or thought that I would be hearing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna play a little bit more of what they're saying to see if they have any more context. But yeah, so let's go ahead and listen a little bit more, you guys.
Yeah, the passing of Malcolm-Jamal Warner is horrific. And, I know Elizabeth Wagmeister and one of the entertainment reporters that you had on before, but culturally, and I think Bomani and myself can speak to this, this is like the loss of a family member, in that,
right?
Look, I'm the child of immigrants, and my dad is a PhD, my mom is a therapist. Malcolm-Jamal Warner was the first time I saw somebody that looked like me and my brothers on television that my parents could relate to. the conversations that he would have on screen with his television dad were the same conversations about going to college and cleaning your room that I was having with my father. So his voice as a Black man on screen, and then afterwards, just the man he was, the smile, the artist, the Grammy you mentioned, he was also on Def Poetry Jam. There was an aura about him of just class and grace. And for me at my age, it's like losing a family member, because we grew up with him. Like I grew up watching this kid go through the same things that I was going through while he's on camera. And so culturally, his passing is so tremendous to our community as Black men, because he was a father himself. Like, he embodied the things that maybe Bill Cosby it turned out wasn't, but Malcolm-Jamal Warner was those things. He kept his life private. And so, like, again, I'm almost at a loss for words, because when I saw the news, I could not believe it. 54 is not only so young, but what he meant to me growing up, and to a great many of us, to see something like that to see us represented is so powerful. It's definitely a tragic loss, not just for the entertainment community, but the Black community as a whole.
You know, and he's absolutely right. I think, yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around, because this is tragic. Like I said, I grew up to him, watching him, and then followed his career up until now. And this was just a shock to hear that he's passed away, and so tragically. Like, you know what I'm saying? You always think like maybe this could have been avoided. You just never know when your last time is going to be and how it's going to be. And when you see this occur with people that you actually, you know, are fond of or like, you know, you've grown up to, it's rather sad. You know, I'm lost for words too, y'all. I couldn't believe it, y'all. When I saw this, I was kind of in shock for a second when my husband told me. I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be true. But it is true, y'all. So apparently he has passed away from an accidental drowning, and that's just what it is. I mean, once again, my condolences go out to his family, his friends, because this is devastating, y'all. It really is. I don't know what else to say about it, but rest in peace to him. God bless his family. And y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. What do y'all think about this? This was definitely a shock to me. I don't want to be too long-winded, but yeah, this is a sad day. I was not expecting to hear Malcolm-Jamal Warner passing away. I just didn't expect that, because like I said, I follow him and I see him talking and all this, and he didn't seem like he was in poor health or anything, which he was not. He was in good health, but he ended up passing away from accidental drowning, y'all. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Were you a fan of The Cosby Show and Malcolm-Jamal Warner and Lisa Bonet and everybody on that show? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you heard this news already, or if this is your first time hearing. I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.